Hello and welcome to our final preseason episode of Morning Tailgate. Unless you tuned in and saw a quick episode of or the opening for On Deck, but hey, whatever. So today I'm joined by my man Crispy Bacon. How you doing, bud? Chris, you there?
It's the Dallas Cowboys headband. It's throwing them off.
All right. Anyways, you got Primus Tim Hendricks. How you doing on the bottom there, bud?
I'm doing good. It's preseason for us too, so we're getting out the tweaks and we're getting all out the mess ups, even if it's not on deck. We'll do what we can.
Yep, exactly. So we'll call it as NFL or as college football like to call. We'll call this week 0 for us. So, but
there you go.
Anyways, Chris, you're here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I don't know what's going on.
All right.
Here,
but how's the play calling going in Dallas there with the big mic?
hopefully better without Tom Moore. But
all right.
Have to see.
So let's get into it. We're going to start off the season with our one tough question. Kind of a two-parter, I kind of think. We saw a quarterback get moved just a year or two after he got drafted. So, guys, who's to blame when a team mortgages the future to move up in the draft and that draft pick does not pan out? So, Chris, I'll start with you. So, who do you blame, or as a fan, who would you blame if a team mortgage the future and that pick does not pan out? Chris, you're on mute, bud. There you go.
Okay. I would think ownership group. The ownership group. That's who I would put the blame on.
Yeah. Tim, so who would you blame if your team mortgages the future and that pick does not pan out?
Well, first I blame the scouting department because they didn't get that guy right at all. And then I'm with Bacon. I think I blame the ownership for letting something like that happen, especially if you're gonna bet the farm like they did with Trey Lance. I think you have to take some onus in making that mistake. It's not you saw what happened when Ditka bet the farm and took everything for Ricky Williams and how well that happens. You're looking. You could possibly they got lucky in San Francisco by getting Brock Purdy the year later, but you'd have to start thinking that they've got to be paying attention because they're going to be questions that are going to need to be answered if they do this again.
Yeah, for me, I'm with you, Tim. I think it's the scouting department. I think it's the ownership. The system possibly. I mean, but I think you definitely got to start with the scouting team because, they're like, hey, we need to move up, get this guy. I mean, who was it that they traded with San Fran? Was it the Bears?
No, I think it was Miami. I think
Miami. You're right. I think it was Miami. So Miami's laughing right now. I mean, they are just, but yeah. So as you guys know, football, Trey Lance last week or the week before got traded to the Dallas to be their backup. Yeah, San Fran. I mean, they moved up. Everybody thought they had the steal, and then last year they ended up getting the steal with Brock Purdy being Mr. Irrelevant. But yeah, that scouting department, I think, got to get looked at because that's a huge mistake because you traded 3 ones to move up to, or 2 extra ones. You flip flop the picks, but so yeah, I think it's that. So with that being said, let's move into another tough question, and this revolves around Tim's team. Uh, the running back situation. Tim, you're your guy. So who's at fault? What's going to happen? You think?
I think there's 3 people at fault here. And we're honestly, you got the 2 people that are in front of the cameras. You've got Jonathan Taylor. You've got Jim Irsay, the owner. But everybody keeps forgetting that there's another guy here that's the middleman between both of these guys, and that's the agent. The agent is basically like, how am I going to put this? When you get kids that are playing Pop Warner football and they're telling you you're the best there is, the best there ever will be, you're the Bret Hart of running backs, and they've been hearing that their entire life, and then they get to the big show, and they get that whole thing. They're not used to somebody pushing back. I think this is something that should have been kept behind closed doors. I think the agent should have shut his mouth. The agent's going to do what he's going to do. He's going to go out in front of the cameras and open his mouth, and he's going to say whatever he can to make his client look good. And don't get me wrong, Jonathan Taylor is a good running back. He's top 10 right now. He's not top 5 because he's injury prone. He's hurt himself. And then you get an owner. Yeah, granted the owner pays his bills, but sometimes people just gotta shut their mouths. And we've got 3 guys in on our depth chart. I really wish we had kept Kenyon Drake. But we've got Deion Jackson right now. He's a serviceable back for the first 4 weeks, and we'll see what happens after week 4.
Chris, who's to blame over in with the running situation over in the Colts camp?
Ooh, that's probably the ownership group again. I would say.
Yeah, I'm with Tim.
It's not really a scouting issue.
Yeah. No, I'm with Tim. I think it's kind of a mixture of all 3. Ownership needs to just be quiet. Agent's going to do what's best for his client, who needs to be quiet, and the player himself just, shut up and play ball. I mean, I know you want to get paid. Everybody does, but the running back position itself ain't like it used to when me and Tim grew up. In the old school days where you had to run, you had to set up the pass, and then you moved on. I mean, now everybody wants the quick strikes, the 50-yard passes, and then okay, we're going to run the ball when it's 3rd and 2 or 3. It's not so. Running backs, I feel sorry until a coach comes in and says, nope, we're going to go back to old school football where we're winning it at the line of scrimmage with the run game and pound the ball. Running backs are going to be. I mean, how many teams have a fullback now? It's typically 3 wideouts or 2 tight ends with the running back. I mean, so we'll see what happens there in Colts in Indy there. So while Chris is dealing with his technical issues, Mess Around should be joining us shortly. He had a couple things to do. Tim, let's preview your Colts quick here. What's your expectations without giving away your prediction on where you think they're going to finish? What are you looking for?
I'm looking to be. Well, it's not that hard to be better than last year when you're picking in the top 5. You hope to be better. I want to see improvement. I want to see Anthony Richardson come in. He was voted captain of the team, which is in itself is usually pretty rare in the NFL to be voted captain your rookie season, which means he showed a lot. I want to see what he can do. I want to see us start making those step forwards to get back into He's got to look like Andrew Luck. I know he's not going to be Andrew Luck, but I want him to start making. I want him to have a freshman season like Andrew Luck did in Indy and start making moves towards that. And we've got a particularly easy division when you think about all we have to really worry about at this point is Jacksonville. Because Tennessee's on the nosedive. Houston, I think, is going to be a perennial top 5 pick draft team for a couple of years. I'm looking at 500, either a little below 500 or a little above 500.
Okay.
Can't hit 500 because of 17 teams, but 17 games. But I like to be around 500.
Yeah. So for me, Vikings. Big questions on defensive side. We can't be a Super Bowl contending team if we go. I think it was like 11-1 in one-score games. When I know everybody's trying to tell me that Vikings are going to be better this year. Okay, they were 13-4 last year. I mean, unless they go perfect, I mean, how can they be better? I mean, maybe win the playoff games and stuff. But my big question right now is defensive side. I hope they do good. But looking at the schedule, I was looking at ESPN this morning, and they pre ranked all the games, or not ranked, gave the over under the favorites, and Vikings are only favored in 8 games this year. So you're not a Super Bowl team if you're favored already only in 8 games. I mean, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. I hope they do good. But right now, my question is on the defensive side. So, Chris, let's move to your Cowboys. I know a lot of Cowboy fans think every year that's their year, but without giving where you got them ranked in your division, what's your outlook for the Cowboys this year? What are you looking for? Okay, you didn't want to talk about the
That's what it was. Yeah, that's it.
So we'll get back with Chris and the Cowboys here, but Tim, I don't know if you saw ESPN this morning, but Kelsey on the Colts, or not Colts, on the Chiefs is asking for his buddy, his co-teammate, to end his holdout and get with the team before Thursday's game.
I want teammates like that. I want guys like that. Believe me, I think Kelsey being a leader in the clubhouse has him and Patrick Mahomes. I think they should be saying something about Chris Johnson. I think those are probably the only 2 guys that can. We're talking about leaders inside the locker room. I think Kelsey did the right thing. Get your butt back in the camp. Get ready because we need you. If we're going to repeat, we're going to need you. That's exactly what he's telling them.
No, I'm with you. I definitely think I want my teammates to stand up. I mean, I know everybody understands that it's a business, it's personal decisions. But overall, it's a team sport. I need everybody on board. All 53 players from the backups to the starters all need, and your leaders are stepping up and saying, "Hey, I want you." So, but so all right. It looks like Chris is having a little technical issue, so we'll get his thoughts on his Cowboys when he comes back. But right now, Tim, let's get into our predictions. We'll catch the other crew up when they get back. Get on. So let's start in the AFC West, where the Super Bowl champs reside in Kansas City. So it'll be interesting to see what we got going on here. So your number 5 team, who's finishing last in that division?
My number 4 team?
4 team, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4.
You realigned the entire league. I can see
I did.
My last place team in the AFC West. We're not going to do like we did last year, where everybody was going to find their way into the playoffs, because that's not happening. I've got Denver at 4-13.
Okay. Yep. And just to let you guys know, we did our predictions, at least me and Tim did, on nextplayoffpredictor.com. So if you guys want to check that out, it's a great website. So I have the Chargers. Finishing 5-12. So we're kind of on the same agreement there. So
we're on the same. No, we're not.
No, you had the Broncos. That's right.
I've got the Broncos.
Yeah. All right. Your number 3 team. Who's finishing third?
I've got the Las Vegas Raiders at 5-12. I just don't like that team. It's just if there's a team in more disarray than the Colts right now, it's the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I totally get you. I have your Broncos finishing 5-12, so I got them tied for the bottom. According to playoff prediction, they got them ahead because of the division record. So your number 2 team in that division.
My number 2 team this is why Chris Jones needs to come back and come back into Kansas City, because I've got Kansas City at 13-4.
Okay. I got the Raiders, not much better than what you had them at, but 6-11. So I got them sitting at number 2. And I mean, if everybody's smart, they narrowed it down. You're number 1 team in that division.
My number 1 team at 14-3 is the San Diego Chargers, or Los Angeles. I'm so used to them being in San Diego, I don't care anymore.
They're still in San Diego. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, barring any injuries, I got the Chiefs at 13-4. I don't know what's going on with them. They got it all made right now. Chris is back.
Holy man. I think we figured out what the problem was. It was the headset.
All right, Chris, before we get into your predictions, let's talk about the Cowboys a little bit. Let's backtrack.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the Cowboys this year without, telling us they're going to the Super Bowl?
Maybe things will be the same. I don't know. It's going to be tough not knowing what's going to happen without Kellen Moore and all of that, and if Dak's going to play well, but it's going to be an interesting season.
All right. So me and Tim just went through our picks. Just to recap, we have in the AFC West, Chris. So that's where we're starting at. I have the Chargers finishing last. He has the Broncos finishing last. Who do you have finishing last in the West?
Let's see. In
AFC West.
Yeah. In the you want just my first and last?
No, just start from the bottom up.
Okay. 4th will be the Raiders.
Okay.
I'll take it.
3rd will be Broncos.
Okay.
2nd will be the Chargers.
Okay.
And then 1st will be Chiefs.
All right. So yeah, we got me and you are kind of the same with the top there. Tim has the Chargers finishing first. So let's move on to the AFC South. Tim, who's your number 4 team there?
My number 4 team at 2-15. Got to be the Houston Texans.
I can see why. Chris, your number 4 team.
The Colts.
Oh, crispy.
You just made the naughty list. You made the list. I got the Texans also at 4th, 5-12. I don't know. They got a lot of questions, but we'll see where they go. Tim, number 3.
I gotta make sure that Crispy doesn't steal my stuff. I've got the Tennessee Titans at 9-8.
All right, Chris.
I got Houston.
All right, you went with the Texans at number 3. I also have the Titans, but I have them tied with Houston at 5-12. So, all right, Tim, your number 2 team.
All right, I have them missing the playoffs, but I have the Colts. That's it, Bacon. It's the Colts at 9-8, missing the playoffs.
All right, Chris.
I got the Titans.
There's a lot of people that are on the Titans bandwagon. So I have the Colts just under 500, 7-10. So I got the Colts there. I think their season is going to rely on that quarterback spot if he can lead them. So Tim, your number 1 team.
14-3. I'm looking at the reigning, defending AFC South champion Jacksonville Jaguars.
And if I recall, that's your number. Oh no, that ain't your number 1 team. Okay. Chris.
Wait, my number 1 team. My number one team?
overall.
Oh, no.
All right, Chris.
Number 1 will be Jacksonville.
Yeah. I got Jacksonville there too. I got them sitting at 12-5, the number 2 seed in my bracket. So yeah, we'll see. I think the Jags are gonna. They got Ridley coming back. I can't wait to see how that works out there. So, all right, let's go into the AFC North. Let's go, Tim. Let's go with your bottom feeders.
Oh, I love saying this bottom feeders, especially when they've got Deshaun Watson. My number 4 team in that division is the Cleveland Browns at 5-12.
Ooh. All right, Chris.
I got Cleveland in last place too.
All right. So Browns not going to the Super Bowl this year. All right. I got the Steelers. I think they're going to have a little up and down. I don't know if Pickett's the answer there, but I think the Browns are going to have a under 500 year for the first time, I think, in Tomlin's career. I think I could be wrong, but I think it's under 500. So, all right, Tim, number 3.
This is my last team making the playoffs. There's 8 teams in the playoffs, right? No,
7.
there's not. 7. So they missed this. This team misses the playoffs at 11-6. The Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I could see them being around there. Chris?
I got this team barely making the playoffs. I mean, they make it, but they barely make it. Steelers.
Got the Steelers. Okay. My number 3 team, I got the Ravens too. They got questions at Lamar. They got some good receivers that if they stay healthy, I think if they get a good running game, I think Steelers or the Ravens could be decent. So, all right, Tim, number 2.
Well, my number 2 is your number 4. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers as my last team making the playoffs at 12-5.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
I got the Cincinnati Bengals if Joe Burrow can stay healthy.
All right, got Burrow. Okay. Really? Okay. I just had to think of who was left, Chris. All right, I got the Browns shockingly at number 2. I think give Watson a full year and see what he can do. I think it might be interesting over in Cleveland there. So, all right, Tim, you're number 1.
My number 1 and my number 1 seed in the AFC is the Joe Cool led Cincinnati Bengals at 14-3.
I'm also with you on the Bengals. I think Joe Cool stays cool and plays. I think they're going to battle for the number 1 spot. So, Chris, your number 1 team.
The Washington Nationals.
Yeah.
Well, almost, but no. Ravens.
The Ravens, yep. All right. So let's move into the East, who a lot of people are thinking this is a 3-team race. So we'll see where we all rank them. Chris, I'll start with you. AFC East, the number 4 team.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Patriots fans. You're number 4.
Chris has them going 0-16 or 0-17, by the way. Just let y'all know. We'll get you his email address if you guys want to write him.
Really?
No, I'm only kidding too. All right, Tim.
I almost my number 4 team and me being a proud Indianapolis Colts fan want to say at 3-14 the New England Patriots.
That's where I have them at.
Yeah. We have a clean sweep at number 4 because I got the Pats at number 4. I don't see, and we'll get into a couple of predictions later about coaches and stuff. So hint. So all right, Chris, your number 3 team.
The Miami Dolphins.
Going with the Dolphins. All right, Tim.
This is my way of appeasing the Packer fans until I cut their throat later. Missing the playoffs, the New York Jets at 9-8.
I got the Jets also sitting at 9-8, missing the playoffs. So, Chris, don't do it.
Don't
do
do
it. All right, Chris,
got-
your number 2 team.
I got the Jets.
Okay, I was going to say you better not throw them up there. Tim?
I've got gosh, I'm so the Jets. No, I don't have the Jets, but my number 2 team in the AFC East at 12-5 is the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins sitting at number 2, getting into the playoffs there. So, Chris, okay, your number 1 team.
Buffalo Bills.
I got the Bills too. So at 12-5. Tim, I want to know your reason for putting the Dolphins up there.
At 3-14, I
At
just
3-14?
well, I'm sorry, at 13. I'm sorry. I'm looking
You
at
really realize the division.
No, I'm looking at my thing, and all I saw was the 3 and the 4, and
You
used
do
to
what
just
I
my
do.
dyslexic
All
power
right.
from 3,
Dolphins
13,
at winning the East.
I like what they've got coming into Miami. Their defense has made a step up. You saw a lot of things getting ready to go last year, and then Tua had his injury stint there, and I think a lot of signs pointed last year that this is going to be a team of the future. I think it's going to be a scary team.
I agree with you, and I think you're right. I just question Tua's health. I mean, if he stays upright, because another big hit, who knows? I mean, 2 concussions last year in a matter of a week or 2, and
2 weeks, I think, and then he was drinking out of straws
like
the rest
that.
of the season.
I just question it. I hope the Dolphins do good. I really do. And like you said, they stay healthy. They're going to be scared. That weapon of receivers out there. And if they would have got a stud running back, as in Delvin Cook, that team would have been scary. So, all right. So let's move to the AFC, and once Messer on this time, we'll try to catch them up as much as possible. But all right, Chris, I'll start with your division.
Okay.
We'll start with the AFC East there.
The NFC East.
NFC. I'm sorry, NFC East. Who's your number 4 team, Chris?
Even though they got a new owner, I don't think it'll help right now. I got Washington.
All right, Tim.
I'm telling you, if Tyler Heineke was still in Washington, and not Howell, I would the Commanders, who will soon be known as the Redskins again. Give it 5 years. I've got the Commanders at 4-13. They will be in the bottom of my division until they go back to the Redskins.
I'm with you, Tim, not because of that reason, but the Heineke factor. I don't know what Washington's thinking of. All that guy does is play good and win. But I got Washington finishing 2-5, getting the first overall pick.
2-5.
2-5.
Why you got 2-5? Shouldn't you be 2-15?
I don't see that's there. I don't know. I mean, the defense is stellar, but I don't know. I just don't see them winning many games.
Oh no, you said 2-5, not 2-15.
2-15. I'm sorry, 2-15. I'm looking at you. I see the 5, missed the 1. So
yeah.
All right, Chris. Number 3.
All right. New York Giants.
Cowboys. Oh. All right. All right. So Tim?
Yeah, the Giants aren't sneaking up on anybody like they did last year. The playbook is out on them. I've got the Giants at 10-7.
Tim, we're cheating here because I got them at 10-7 too. So
I got them missing the playoffs. Though. I have them missing the playoffs.
I believe I do too. I think the 9th seed, yeah. So if you guys are keeping track, that's 3 of we got them all on the road because we got 1 with the Pats, and then we got the 2 here in the East. Chris, your number 2 team.
Eagles.
What? Oh God, Chris.
You're drinking Tecate, aren't you?
All right, Tim.
Oh, as my 6th seed in the NFC, I have at 11-6 Crispy's Dallas Cowboys. With Cooper Rush starting by the end of the season.
Ooh. I got the Cowboys sitting at the 5 seed at 14-3. I think they're going to be tough. I think that division, the top 2 teams, I think it's going to be a battle. So, all right, Chris, you got the Cowboys. We don't need to talk about it. You know, you're already saying Super Bowl. I see your flag in the back.
No.
You know.
No.
All right, Tim, Eagles.
Yeah. I got the Eagles at 14-3, my number 1 seed in the conference.
Yep, I'm with you. Number 1 seed, Eagles. Barring injuries, I don't know what this team can't do. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna have a Super Bowl hangover like a lot of people are talking. So, all right, let's go. Eric Gunn is saying, "Go Birds." I don't know what birds he's talking about. I'm gonna.
He's an Eagles fan. He's an Eagles fan.
That's what they say. Yeah.
All right. So let's move into the South. Chris, we'll start with you again in the NFC South. Your number 4 team.
Number 4 is the Carolina Panthers.
You started saying S, and I thought you were going to say
no. I said is.
You said we went. I'm like, no, he did not. Tim, number 4.
My number 4 team. I've got at 3-14. I've got the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, I did go down there. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute here, guys. All right, so I said the wrong division, but
yeah, you said AFC South.
Yeah, I did. I messed up. All right, we can do the Falcons. That's fine. I got the Falcons too down there in the bottom. So, all right, Chris, your number 3 team.
The Falcons. I feel like we're going to reverse these picks.
I think so. Tim.
I like to say this as a member of I Hate Tom Brady clan. My number 3 in the NFC South is the 5-12 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay. My number 3 team at 6-11. I'm going the Saints. Who that? You know, I think they're going to be kind of up and down. So
they're going to be terrible.
All right, Chris, your number 3 team or 2 team.
6-11. Okay.
Tampa.
Going with the Bucks. All right, Chris or Tim.
And I'm going to apologize now to Sarge. They're going to miss the playoffs, Sarge. But the 5-12 Carolina Panthers.
Wow, 5-12, number 2. Can't wait to see that number 1 team. But
you can, when you're looking at it right now, you can't wait.
I know, but
everybody else is waiting for it.
I got the Panthers at 4-13.
I got the Panthers at number 2 there, sitting at tied at 8-9. So Chris, your number 1 team.
Saints. It's our division. I don't know how they pulled it off.
It is going to be a tough division because Tim.
What are you talking about? It's going to be an easy division. Every team sucks in that division.
That's what I said. I don't know how they're going to.
All right, Tim, your number 1 team.
I've got as the NFC South. You're going to love this record, Bacon, and mess around. This is going to be awesome. At 7-10, the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I got them there too. I got the Bucks. I'm sorry, Bucks winning the division at 8-9. So mess around. What's up, buddy?
Hey, not much. Just woke up, had breakfast.
Gotcha. Before we get into your predictions there, give us a little background on the Bears. What's your thoughts on this upcoming season for the Bears?
Well, it's a lot like last year. Everything's going to go depending on what Justin Fields says and how he develops this year. They did do a better job of putting more weapons around him and
they did
fixing that offensive line. He had to run a lot last year because the line sucked. They got DJ Moore in that trade. They don't want to pick the Panthers. And the defense, it should be better than last year. It can't be any worse, hopefully. I mean, they were terrible last year. So,
all right. Definitely. I mean, me and you battling in the North there, along with the Barber brothers, Packer fans. That division is going to be very interesting to watch this year. So, all right. So we're just finishing up our last 2 divisions. We'll get your picks off in the chat there for the other divisions we missed. So, Tim, let's start with the NFC West. Your number 4 team.
My number 4 team at 2-15 is everybody's favorite team in everybody's hearts. The 2-15 Arizona Cardinals.
Best round. Who you got finishing last in the South there, or the West? I'm sorry.
The Cardinals. They're probably going to be the worst team in the league this year.
Ooh. Okay, Chris. How about you?
The Cardinals.
Yeah, I got the Cardinals too. They got a lot of headaches. So, all right, Tim. Let's move up the ranks there. Number 3.
My number 3 team is mess around. Didn't you want to hear my number 3 team? He left.
All right.
I've got the 3-14 Los Angeles Rams.
3-14. Wow. Well, with Cup being out, I could see that possibly happening. I mean, so Chris, how about you?
I got the 6-11 49ers.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna send Isaiah your way, I think. I got Seattle.
I didn't put them first.
I got Seattle sitting at 3-13, battling for that number 1 pick.
Holy.
Yeah, they're gonna be. I think the Seattle's gonna be I don't know. I just Smith. Who knows? So, but all right. So let's go number 2 there, Tim.
I got to go back to that San Francisco thing. I felt like I got kicked in the heart. Holy smokes! My number 2 team is the 9-8, missing the playoffs, Seattle Seahawks.
All right, Chris.
Missing the playoffs at 8-9, the Rams.
The Rams, okay, yeah, Rams are. A lot of people are saying they're gonna have a bounce back year, but I don't know. Not starting off so hot. I got the Rams also. I got them squeaking in 11-6. So that was before the Cup injury. So who knows what that's going to be? But all right, Chris, your number 1 team,
Seattle Seahawks.
Tim.
I think we need to dub over Bacon's voice when we replay this later, or when we come back up later at the end of the season. I think what he meant to say was the San Francisco 49ers. I have them as the 3 seed in the conference.
Yeah, I got them the 2 seed. I think they stay healthy. They got the weapons. They got the defense. They got a quarterback that all he has to do is manage the game. He doesn't have to make mistakes. I got them as number 2 seed, 14-3. So, all right, we're going into the North. Mine and Messerell's division, as we just talked about. Messerell's not here, so I'm kind of interested to see where he's got the Bears. But Tim, we'll start with you.
Well,
I know you're making a lot of people happy with this pick.
I preface this by saying I will make a lot of Packer fans happy with the Jets missing the playoffs. Well, I'm going to break everybody's heart in Packerland. The Green Bay Packers are going to miss the playoffs. They're going to go winless in the division, and they're going to go 3-14.
Winless in the division. I might have to write that one down just as a Tim's prediction there. So, Chris, you're number 4 team in the North.
I'm sorry, Lions fans. You're number 4.
All right.
Oh, what? Why?
I got the Packers.
He's been drinking a lot of Mexican beer lately, hasn't he? Holy hell!
Well, I got last. I think they're gonna have struggled at the beginning of the year, and I think they're gonna turn it on late in the season. But yeah, they're gonna
they get those couple wins. They're gonna have an O in front of their number for a while, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, it could be. So they got a tough one to kick off the season. So Tim, your number 3 team.
My number 3 team just making the playoffs. The 10-7 Minnesota Vikings.
All right. So we got Messerov coming back just in time for the North. So
and he has to have a picture of Isaiah on his little profile picture. I think that's
all right. We're on the NFC North. So you're number 4 team in the North.
I'm gonna say the Packers. I don't think it all depends on Jordan Love. I don't think you're gonna be that good because I don't think Love's going to be that good.
All right. Well, just recap if you weren't listening. Chris has the Lions fourth. Myself and Tim had the Packers finishing fourth. Tim just picked the Lions to finish third. So,
No,
your number
I
3 team.
I picked the Vikings to finish third.
Vikings. I'm sorry. Tim picked the Vikings. All right. So, mess around. Your number 3 team.
I'm going to go with the Vikings as well. I think Father Time's going to catch up with Kirk this year. He's going to fall off.
Okay. Chris, I'm afraid to ask.
I got the Packers.
Okay, well, okay. All right. Sorry, mess around, but it's gonna be a battle. But I got the Bears finishing third, just missing the playoffs, inching it out.
Can't blame you after the year we had last year.
Yep. All right, Tim.
Well, since he apologized, you're going to really like me in a minute. I've got the Bears as the 5 seed, number 2 in the division at 12-5.
That's my new best friend right there.
All right, Tim, you got a member of your fan club here.
Yeah,
chiming in, very close to your heart.
Then he's really going to love my prime 5 too.
All right, Chris, who you got number 2?
I got the Vikings.
Chris got the Vikings. All right, mess around. He left.
Hold on. I keep hitting the wrong button.
That's okay.
For number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2, right? I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Going Lions number 2. Okay. All right. I have my Vikings finishing number 2, but again, I think a lot of it has to be on that defensive side. I think they got a lot of questions. So, all right, Tim, number 1.
I can honestly say one member of my family is going to be very, very, very happy about this, and that's my sister. I have the Lions winning the division at 13-4.
All right, Chris, make Dave happy. Who's your number 1 team?
It's the Bears.
Yeah, way to go, Bacon.
Right, Dave? Do we even have to ask Dave?
You know, I'm going with the homer pick.
Yeah, just like Chris, he's going with the homer pick.
Right.
I'm going with the Lions too. I think they're going to be a solid team again. That division is going to be tough. I can't wait. I can't wait for this to kick off. So, all right, that's right. We'll hit you up with your other picks offline. We'll move on, guys. Early season. I know Mess Around doesn't like doing these kind of predictions because it's just the beginning of the year, but let's go with our MVPs. So, Tim, who do you got for your MVP?
I've got Joe Burrow.
Oh, Tim's going with Burrow. All right, I kind of like that. Chris?
I'll go Mahomes. But I do like the Burrow pick, though.
Okay, Patrick. Okay, mess around.
I am going to go with those others. It's going to be crazy. Okay, hear me out. I'm going to go Jared Goff. Just kidding.
Well, I thought for sure you're going to say Justin Fields. I'm like, yeah, you're going to be way off. That's right. You got a fan club there. He's agreeing with you. So
I know that's me. I agreed with myself. That's cute, huh?
We're not supposed to say that. We're supposed to hype it up. For me,
anyways, I will go with I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert.
Okay, you're going Herbert. Okay. I know somebody up above is looking down and loving that pick. So I hate to be the homer in this one, but if the Vikings do good, it's going to be because of Justin Jefferson. I think Jefferson's going to be MVP.
Not a bad pick. I like that.
Yeah,
I don't want to be the homer pick, but
I was trying to think of a non-quarterback, and I couldn't think of one, but Jefferson's a good one.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's get before we get our Super Bowl and outlandish picks. Guys, let's go to coaches. We're gonna go on the negative side. Who's a coach on the hot seat that might get let go? Tim?
Oh, good God, really? Even though I picked the Patriots to do so bad, they're not going to let Belichick go. Oh man. Oh wow. You know what? I'm going to go out on a weird, really weird limb and say the head coach of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. You're right.
I don't remember who that is.
It's LaFleur.
Oh, LaFleur.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur.
Okay.
That's why I don't live in Wisconsin anymore. Yeah, it's LaFleur. I think LaFleur gets. I think somewhere down the line he gets fired.
All right, Chris.
I'm going to say the Cardinals head coach.
They just hired him, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they-
think last year or
That
this year, I think.
God, oh my brother.
Let's go fire him.
Yeah.
Well, they
Mess
could,
around?
but I don't see it after 1 year. I'm gonna go with Brian's pick. I like the McCarthy pick.
Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance. I'm probably going to throw out a shocker there. And no, it's not New England because I think Belichick's there. He can go 0-16. I think he's there until he walks away. I'm going to go Tomlin.
Ooh,
I think Tomlin's going to have a rough year, and I think
you said that,
it's going to be a mutual agreement that he walks away. But I think
you said that with bass in your voice.
I almost went with Pete Carroll from Seattle, but they made the playoffs last year, so I think he's safe for at least another year.
All right. So let's go to our Super Bowl picks. Tim, give me one that you want to happen, but one that you think will happen. Let's do it that way. Let's have a little fun.
One that I want to happen. I'd like to see Detroit versus Jacksonville.
Yes.
All right. What do you think's going to happen?
I've got. Oh man, I had it up here, and you decided to screw it up by changing everything on me. Let me go to the Super Bowl round. I think I still have the Miami Dolphins. I'm not sure. I think I got Miami. No, I don't. I've got Philadelphia and Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. Eagles versus Bengals. All right, Chris. The Super Bowl that you want to happen.
Yeah, I'll start there first. We'll go Bills and Vikings.
Oh, take
Somebody's got one.
God, jeez. All right, Chris. What do you think's going to happen?
I think I can get it. I am thinking that will show up. I'll go Chiefs and we'll go rematch with the Eagles.
Okay. So no Super Bowl hangover there. So, all right, Master Ram, the Super Bowl you would love to see happen.
The Jets is a Packers, just so Rodgers can play his old team.
There you go.
Well, that would be hard for you when you got the Packers finishing last.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying it would be cool to see it.
Okay.
It would, yeah.
All right, gotcha. And the Super Bowl that you think will happen?
Think will happen? Give me the. I'm gonna go with the Jets and the Niners.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a.
So
for me, you guys know Chris already kind of took it, but I always go for the Bills Vikings. But if I'm a betting guy, it wouldn't be C2C Tim unless you snipe me. I want to see the Lions versus the Jags. I really do. Two teams that are going to shock the world. What I think's going to happen, man, it's tough. I'm going to go. I'm going to go Bills and Niners. I think I'll go Bills Niners. That's going to be my big pick. So. All right, let's get to some outrageous takes. Kind of like last year when Tim said that Brock Purdy was going to start week 8, and I think he was like a week off. So Give him props to that. So we'll start with Tim. Tim, your outlandish wild pick prediction.
Oh, my pick. I picked that Bijan Robinson, the rookie running back from the Atlanta Falcons, rushes for 1,000 yards by week 10.
Wow, 1,000 by 10. Okay. Chris?
I thought he was out for the year. That's what someone else.
Bijan Robinson?
Yeah, it's that somebody who's out for the year, but they must have been wrong.
Well, we'll have to look into that one. 'Cause I didn't hear that.
I didn't either.
All right, Chris, what is your wild?
Breaking news here by Mess Around.
I could have heard it wrong. I'm deaf, half deaf. So
All right, Chris, your wild prediction.
Not that it would happen, but Brady comes back to the Patriots.
That's
all right.
crazy.
Brady back with the Patriots. Now, let's clarify. You want him to play. He's not going to sign the 1-day deal and retire Patriot.
Right.
You say he's
Right.
going to play. Okay.
Patriots will struggle. They need a quarterback. All the quarterbacks they got is not doing anything.
All right. Mess around.
I put it in the chat box. I'm going with Trey Lance takes over for Dak by week 7.
A lot of love in that in our comment section. Holy smokes! A lot of Dak
You
love,
guys
man.
are both. Ryan. I and mess around. You must have looked at my notes because that's the one I had. I had Trey Lance overseeing Dak Prescott.
Yeah, but you got to remember. You have to remember. I made a really crazy thing saying that
You did.
Cooper
You said-
Rush was going to finish the season for the Cowboys.
Yeah, but I got Trey Lance taking over. Outside of that one, so I can be different. Jonathan Taylor's getting traded
Oh wow!
when he comes back.
What did I do?
I just feel that Colts are going to trade him.
Get that.
when he comes back.
I want to change my standings and say that the Packers will finish above the Vikings. Nah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Eric's chiming in saying, he's sorry to his wife. She's a Cowboy fan, but he agrees with Ryan. So, yeah. But I think that's going to happen. So, Colts trade running back. All right.
Wow.
All right, guys. So we got one game on the docket. Actually, I want to talk about two games, but the first one is Week 1, Thursday night. Kansas City versus the beloved Detroit Lions, depending on who's your fan base. I was just going to pull up the Week 1. So NBC or ESPN has the game. Kansas City favored by 6.5. So Tim, who's your pick for Week 1 on Thursday?
I'm like, I don't. I love when teams can wreck I love when teams can wreck a banner night. And I like Detroit.
All right, Chris.
I got Kansas City. Stadium's going to be loud. It's going to be a big night. They're actually 2-0 in these kind of games. So.
Oh, Tim. Your brother's with some fire right now.
It's fun. No.
There's a hole getting hurt.
No. There's a funny story about that. There's a funny story about that because we were playing fantasy football and Ryan's like, oh, I can't have this guy get more than 2 points. The guy's got to get hurt like on the second play of the game or I'm going to lose. Sure enough, second play of the game, guy goes down. Guy's done for the freaking rest of the night. He wins by a point.
Wow.
He called it. Yeah. So no, if that happens, all of our stuff is screwed up.
Well, exactly. All right. Mess around. You're winning Week 1.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Every year I talk myself into taking Detroit because they're supposed to be good, and then they do what Detroit does. I'm not going to pick them until they prove me wrong. So Go Kansas City.
All right. Guys, I've said it. I think I even said it at the end of last year, one of our preseason shows. I'm going with the Lions in the upset. And I'm going to make it the lock for me right off the bat.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's bold, Todd. That's pretty bold.
I can't do that lock.
I'm going to. They got the whole offseason to be ready for Mahomes. They've done some upgrades. I'm going to show my confidence right there. I'm going to go lock Lions right away.
Yeah, until Jared Goff starts doing Jared Goff things.
Yeah. So we'll see. So all right, guys. I can't pull it up, but we will do a quick game of our grid game. So
while you're pulling it up, I'll do the prime 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, prime 5. Go ahead, Tim.
Prime 5 with a jerk.
Huh? Wait, what?
It's a way to skip to prime 5 with a jerk.
I know,
right? After he tells me I'm trading my running back traded, then he tells me I can't do my prime 5. I get it.
All right, Tim, prime 5. You're making everybody happy, you said.
All right, cool. Okay, so I actually have a 5A. So
all right.
Technically prime 6. And I have my thing is going to be the top 6 teams that will go after the number 1 draft pick.
Okay.
My 5A is the Atlanta Falcons, even though Bijan Robinson's going to rush for 1,000 by week 10. For all my Packer fans, this is going to be where I become like public enemy number 1 in Wisconsin. The number 5 team is the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
My number 4 team, I kind of picked this with mess around and myself in mind. The number 4 team is going to be the New England Patriots.
Yes.
The number 3 team, I think Crispy had the Los Angeles Rams a lot higher than where they should be, but I got them at number 3 for the first pick in the draft. And then that number 2, I've got the Arizona Cardinals because I agree. I think they're going to be the suckiest team in the league. But my number 1 team to get the number 1 pick in the draft, the Houston Texans.
Okay. No, that's a good prime 5. So, all right. So I'm looking up. B.J. Robinson's not injured, so he has a chance for 1,000 yards. So
I just checked it out too. Yeah, he's fine.
I
told you I have the staff.
I think he meant B.J. Raji.
Oh, possibly.
Hey, did you have the staff in your prime 5?
Years.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna do the quick grid, and then I got one game I want to cover today. Big college football game. So, all right. So across the top, we have the Bengals, the Cowboys, and players to rush for 1,000 yards in the season. So down the side, we have Houston, the Packers, and the Panthers. So anybody want to start? So I'm on
1,000-yard running backs.
What's that?
1,000-yard running backs.
What? I'm sorry, mess around. You cut out. What running back?
We're coming up with the running backs that rush for 1,000 yards in the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those running backs have to be from Houston, the Packers, and the Panthers.
I'm on green for Green Bay for running back over 1,000.
Yeah, that's the only running back I could think of.
Wouldn't the first column be? Wait, no.
The first column going down is the Bengals. So
right,
the player that plays for the Bengals.
Corey Dillon.
No. Well,
Corey Dillon did. He was with the Cowboys, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he has to play for both teams. Okay.
Yeah. So for Bengals, they have to play for Houston, Packers, Carolina. Carolina, I mean, we got to go with McCaffrey,
right? And you go Arian Foster for the Texans at 1,000 yards.
Okay, why can't I find Christian McCaffrey?
Like John Cena, you can't see him.
Yeah, exactly. Who'd you say for Houston, Tim?
Arian Foster.
Foster. I almost forgot about that one, Foster.
McCaffrey's there. I know he's there.
Yeah, I can't spell today. Arian Foster, okay. So McCaffrey.
Cowboys and Texans. Packers and Cowboys.
Oh, there he is. All right.
I'm trying to think of LSU.
Yeah, so now we got players that played for the Bengals that also play for Houston, Packers, Panthers, and then we got the Cowboys with the same three teams. So
Did Andy Dalton play for the Houston Texans? I know he played for Bengals.
No, he didn't.
no.
The Cowboys.
No.
Oh, that would be Cowboys in Houston would be Dalton.
Yeah, but I don't think Dalton played for Houston, did he?
Oh, Dalton didn't play for Texans.
No.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Who played for the
Did Corey Dillon have a short stint in Green Bay?
No.
No. That was in New England.
Okay. Gotcha.
Cincinnati Bengals and Texans.
I know.
Did David Klingler play in Houston?
Oh, he might have when they first came in.
So they played for the Bengals. I'm not sure about Houston though.
I like that one.
I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, we know where Tim's at. God, those teams are tough.
Yeah, you picked
the Packers. I can't think of any Packers that.
Any wide receivers go from Carolina to Dallas or Dallas to Carolina? Steve Berline. Steve Berline of the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes. Backup quarterback. Yeah, 14% of people picked that guy. All right. So we're on a roll.
Green Bay and Dallas, the Green Bay and Bengals.
God dang it, I can't.
Who was it that went to Cincinnati? That it was he was a defensive back. I know it's not Micah Hyde.
Pac-Man Jones. Bengals, Houston? No.
No.
He was part of the Cowboys too. So
Okay.
Bengals Cowboys.
Okay.
Bengals Cowboys.
No, they're on the same side, Chris.
Bengals, Packers, Bengals. I'm stuck on Bengals, Packers for some reason.
Yeah, I am too. I don't know why. Want to be a name that we're like, oh yeah, he did go there, you know. Yeah, I'm stuck, guys. I don't know about you guys.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah. So while we're still thinking, let's get into that big college game. So we can wrap up the show here. It is.
Oh, please, not that.
What's that?
No, no. Is that the conference? Is that the game that Bacon and I were talking about last night?
No. I don't. No. Today's game. Today's
they say the game they forgot to play defense in.
Game,
Yeah. No, today's college game. I just had it up here. Sunday, you got the number 5 LSU Tigers versus Tim's arch rival because he's a Gator fan, and that's Florida State at number 8. So, Tim,
who are they playing?
LSU.
Oh, can both buses blow up? Oh man, to be honest, I'd love to see LSU just stomp a mud hole through Florida State.
They got LSU winning. They got them a point favorite. So, Chris, you got any thoughts on the game? Besides buses blowing up.
I hope it's a good game. I'm not sure about either.
I got it.
Team really.
All right.
Bengals Packers. Try AJ Hawk. AJ Hawk for the Bengals Packers.
Okay. AJ Hawk. Yep, he's in there. So for me, a lot of people are predicting this to be a top 10 game. Losers out of the playoffs pretty much. And being that Dion won last time, I'm going with the Seminoles. I think Seminoles are going to take it. I know. I get that look. I know.
What game are we talking about?
The game tonight, the college game, number 5 LSU versus the number 8 seeded Florida State Seminoles.
Oh, that's my favorite college team. Go Seminoles.
All right. Oh, you're just making friends with Tim today. So, all right, guys. I have nothing else. I know we're stuck. We'll finish off the grid, but Mesron, let's give your final thoughts here.
Hey, did anybody see that Dallas re-signed their lineman to like a big contract?
Yeah.
Nope.
Martin.
All right.
Final thoughts. We're like he did. We're a week away from football. I can't wait. Well, less than that with Thursday night, but for my team, a week away. And yeah, football season's here. Love it.
Yep. Chris, final thoughts.
Draft is over. Preseason's over. Cut down's over. It's time for football.
Yep. All right, Tim.
Well, this is the week we start making the big money, boys. I think actually we all start making the big M&Ms, the big peanut M&Ms. So I'm excited. I've waited for this day since the last Super Bowl that I didn't care to watch. But yeah, I'm looking forward to and spoiler, Indy's got a home losing streak at home, so I'm taking Jacksonville.
All right. For me,
Jacksonville, right?
For me, just keep checking out C2C. Due to work obligations, I don't know how often I'll be on. So Tim and Chris and Messer, I'll be taking over Morning Tailgate. I'll jump on when I can. We are in talks of having a Sunday night show, which I will hopefully be hosting with maybe Messer on or somebody. But just keep checking us out all week long. We got great shows. C2C Rank 'em with me and Tim. We'll be coming back. Just got to find out the time that works. But with that being said, week 1's here, boys. I know C2C's having our draft coming up,
Tuesday.
I think, in a couple days,
Tuesday.
I think. So,
Tuesday, yeah.
So
Wednesday for me. It's at Wednesday at 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
for me.
Wednesday at 3. So,
Oh,
all right,
you gonna wake up for that, Tim?
Huh?
You gonna be up for that?
I'm gonna try.
So, all right, guys. So, with that being said, Chris, Tim, mess around. Thanks. Ryan, Eric, thanks for chiming in and
Excited, man.
Mess around's hype guy.
Yeah, hype guy. Well, I'll see you all next week on Morning Tailgate. Have a good one.